The Shiba Inu is making a gradual comeback. Whales are back in the water. Countless people are packing up and leaving. Next week, we might witness the 1-cent ambition. Not to mention that it won't be going away anytime soon. Tell me what's happening. Just what am I talking about? Permit me to elucidate. Your daily dose of Shiba wealthy coins is here. If Shiba is something that piques your interest, you have come to the right place. Subscribe if you want to know what's happening in the cryptocurrency market and get ahead of the curve with all the latest predictions. Make sure you hit the like button to get more Shib news. Something major has happened lately. The whales have caused a great deal of trouble for the Shiba Inu people. It was deeply disturbed. Major steps were taken, similar to game-changing moves. A major clue regarding what's to come for Shiba Inu is conveyed by it. We are not here to talk about little changes to your wallet. Something major is happening, as this movement shows. This is the most remarkable part. The whales aren't the only ones making that noise. At this very moment, Shiba Inu have accomplished a great deal. Is the Shiba Inu actually seeing a comeback? Yes, definitely. It looks like the revival is starting. Price drops of several digits are possible if this trend keeps building. The 1-cent ambition is making a comeback, according to some people. Absolutely insane? Probably not. Nevertheless, other data must be taken into account. Perhaps you're thinking that this is admirable. Is there a reaction from the graph already? A thorough study has been done by one analyst. Some people may feel uneasy hearing him speak. He states that a Shiba Inu is peacefully and safely settling into a large symmetrical triangle. Think of it like a spring that is compressed under a growing load. It will eventually break. When it happens, the explosion can be very powerful, with a potential range of up to 17 times its current value. This kind of maneuver is not done at random. Parabolic runs begin in this way. This setup proves that without a doubt, understated and unfounded, potentially released technical energy in its raw form. What happened just now? The recent uptick in Shiba Inu whale sightings is likely the result of covert re-entry by large investors. There was a dramatic surge in purchases made by wallets holding more than 1% of the entire Shiba Inu supply last month. The net flows have increased by almost 30 times, so think about it significantly more frequently than usual. These large corporations bought around 2 trillion coins all at once, according to on-chain statistics, signifying a fourfold increase in the typical volume of daily purchases. An interesting insight is revealed by this relentless accumulation. Institutional investors are getting back into the game with renewed vigor. Keep in mind that the Shiba Inu's value increased by about 3 times in early 2023 due to a major breakout caused by revived whale activity. Everything is set up for that move to happen again. Earlier this year, Shiba Inu prices were more than 3 times the current trading range. If past tendencies continue, the breed might try to reclaim those levels. Prominent investors are clearly gearing up for yet another massive rally as whales stockpile coins and favorable chart patterns surface. Can Shiba Inu achieve such lofty heights again? Every sign points to a yes. Have vigilance? Perhaps this is the first step towards a monumental achievement. This is the issue. The problem has only become worse, according to another expert. New data from Into the Block shows that a staggering 74% of Shiba Inu are owned by extremely wealthy individuals, often known as whales. What this means is that there are a small group of very large holders who own around 75% of all Shiba Inu tokens. Not only were these wallets chosen at random, but they also either own 1% of the supply or have a long history of storing considerable amounts of Shiba Inu. Why does that matter so much? This is a hint that these whales are not just wasting their time, but are also betting a lot of money. It is not uncommon for concentrated ownership to emerge on purpose. Huge sums of money and unwavering resolve are required. They are buying assets now because they think prices will go up a lot soon. It's interesting since regular people aren't buying in just yet. Why are we in this stage? At this precise time, just before the chaos ensues and the masses become aware, the whales are quietly gathering. Regular people start getting involved as soon as the buzz starts to build. The whales will have already positioned themselves well by that point. This setup is thrilling. That was thrilling. Why is this happening? This story has been told to us before. A person's life came to an end on this date in 2023. Large positions were begun to be amassed by whales, spending less and concentrating more. Afterwards, something went boom. Shiba Inu prices jumped 300% in just a few weeks as a consequence of the sharp price spike. It changed from calm to chaos in an instant. Was early attention paid by the peep? The greatest strides were made by them? We are faced with the same glowing indications once again. It is true that Shiba Inu is in a delicate stage, a calm before stormy times, when you have to decide whether to seize the opportunity and miss the climb, or to brace yourself and depart before anyone sees you take off. Who is knowledgeable? The 1 cent goal might be accomplished a lot faster than expected if this enthusiasm keeps building up and these whales keep up their strong efforts. Potentially by next week's end. Does it appear unreasonable? I suppose so. But when people aren't ready, cryptocurrency prices can rise and fall in ways nobody could have predicted. The building's height is now readily obvious. The Shiba Inu has made an incredible comeback and is now a household name again. Things are moving at a breakneck pace. What follows, though, is considerably more interesting. There is a chain reaction to this revival. Not only is Ethereum itself at blame for the current price increase, but the entire market, and the meme coin industry in particular, is feeling the negative effects of it. Is the Shiba Inu the leader of the pack? Because it is built entirely on the Ethereum network, Shiba Inu is inherently connected to it. Shiba Inu usually reaps big rewards whenever Ethereum experiences a spike. There may not have been a major news pertaining to Shiba Inus to trigger this recent price change, but everything else has changed. People are now again excited. Anger about perceived threats is on the rise. Meme currencies tend to be the most successful in the cryptocurrency market when interest in the asset class reemerges. At this time, Shiba Inus are located in that area. It includes not only practicality and basics, but also emotional factors, market momentum, and smart investors getting ready for the next big thing. The whales know, the experts watch, the charts are getting closer together, and now the hype is winning. All of that data is compiled by you. The market as a whole is being lifted by Ethereum, which is causing a surge in whale accumulation, an increase in ownership concentration, the emergence of historical breakout patterns, and a general improvement in the market. The outcome is a perfect storm. This is reminiscent of the beginning of 2023, right before Shiba Inu's meteoric rise. The energy is high, the plan is in motion, and this might just be the beginning. Shiba Inus seem promise, albeit not extremely hopeful, in the distant future. What traders call a zero breakthrough is something that Shiba Inu is trying to do right now. That basically means it's trying to break through a critical price point without the usual massive volume to back it up. The effort is similar to trying to raise a truck using only a light breeze. Although it's technically possible, it's really rare until you add energy to it. Just below a psychological price barrier, Shiba Inu is about to hit a major resistance level. As it draws near to that border, it tries to break through it. But this is the most important thing. There is insufficient volume at this time. Based on past data, it appears that breakouts that don't involve strong trading could look promising at first, but they quickly reverse. Is a gloomy prognosis implied here? Under no circumstances. This current push, however mild, is happening at a pivotal juncture on the chart. Shiba Inu has made a strong recovery from its recent decline on a daily time period. Could it be a dip? The weaker competitors were weeded out. Only the faithful, the wise investors, and the very wealthy whales survive today. All other indicators are aligning nicely, even though the volume may now be low. This is a common way that outbreaks start. A slow buildup of pressure that suddenly bursts into flames. If Shiba Inu manages to break through the current barrier, and if this triggers real momentum and a rise in volume similar to past bull cycles, it might start a much bigger movement. We are not just talking about a minor rally, we are contemplating the potential start of another major climb.